Hi, everyone. Welcome to Curated by Becta's Big Night In number 20. Thanks so much for ordering this week, and thanks for letting us be a part of an awesome dinner for you at home. We've got actually really simple menu to finish, but really amazing flavors. So I've gone ahead and got started. We've got these Hasselback potatoes, which have been baked and sliced up so that you don't have to do all that hard work. Um, just season with salt and pepper, put it in the oven on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Took a broccoli, tossed it in some olive oil, salt and pepper, put it on the same baking sheet, goes in the oven for 15 minutes. Um, my appetizer main component is up next, and that is our lovely cold smoked Arctic char. Again, put it on a baking sheet, salt and pepper, both sides, and then this is going to go in the oven, skin side down. Use my other hand that has not been on the fish for the salt, and skin side down, and in the oven. Hey Google, set another timer for 12 minutes. Second timer for 12 minutes. Starting now. All right, Google's got me hooked up. So, I have a glass of wine. This is this amazing Muscadet from the Loire Valley, and it's so delicious. I hope you love it as much as I do. Both the wines this month are just stunning. I am really excited by both of them. Okay, so what else we got to get going on? Steak, make sure to bring it to room temperature. Take it out of the sous vide bag so it's already been cooked to rare, and pat it with some paper towel. Hit it with some salt and pepper. You can season on one side because we're going to put it in the pan, and you can season the other side then. So we want to preheat this pan to high heat. And using a neutral cooking oil, canola or grapeseed oil, and you're going to do 1 tablespoon per person in there. Very important, turn on your hood fan. I didn't do this last time. For those of you who watched, I think it was our New Year's Eve kit, and I set the fire alarm off, so don't do what I did. Get that pan nice and hot, and then we're going to sear the beef. I think it's 90 seconds each side. Let's see. 90 seconds each side, and then 30 seconds each side butter bathing. And of course, I forgot to bring out the butter. Make sure to use unsalted butter. So I think I only need 2 tablespoons of butter for tonight, because the rest of the deliciousness we send your way. All right, we can put that back in the fridge. Everything else should be good to go. All right, what are we going to do next? We're going to dress our salad. So arugula radicchio and green beans, some nice olive oil. We use olive oil for dressing things. We use cooking oil for searing or roasting things. Although the chef did say olive oil on the broccoli, but maybe that's because it's in the oven and it's not on a frying pan. So we're going to give this a nice stir, and the salt will bring out the flavor of the stuff, and it can just sort of sit there and marinate a little bit while we're going. You want to get a spoon, or I think a teaspoon is probably going to be your best thing, because on the Hasselback scallops, you need to put this lovely salsa verde butter in it. So, hey Google, how long has the first timer been going for?
You have 2 timers. The 15-minute timer is running with 6 minutes and 47 seconds left.
Perfect.
The 12-minute timer is running with 9 minutes and 18 seconds.
Great. So as soon as these steaks go in, I'm going to pull the Hasselback potatoes out, and I'm going to put the salsa verde butter on it. You want to use about a third, because we've got 3 bastings of the Hasselback scallops to get them going. Okay, I see some smoke going on here. So the steak's going in. A little splash of oil. Again, we've only seasoned one side, so let's season the other side. Very nice. Okay, so it's time to get our Hasselback potatoes out of the oven and hit it with some nice butter. Hopefully my induction oven doesn't scream at me for doing this. Just sort of spread it all in there and make sure that it's not too much over the edge because you want it to be able to melt within the different layers of the potato. It's such a cool potato dish. I make this at home myself from time to time. And sometimes the potatoes are going to split, so just make sure that not all the butter goes just into one fold. Okay, that's good. Back in the oven. And let me make sure I got the timing right. 8 minutes, and then at the 12-minute mark, so in 4 minutes from now, I'll try to keep an eye. Got some tongs, it's been 90 seconds. The steak is seared. And by the way, these instructions are for a medium rare steak. If you want it medium or medium well, you go an extra 2 minutes or 4 minutes in your oven at 425. Okay, so for the appetizer, wrong dish, the gerbiche, which is the yellow one, and that's going to go on the plate. Put it more to one side of the plate. Gerbiche, for those of you who don't know, is like a lovely French eggy concoction, and it's kind of like a béarnaise. I'm a big fan. Okay, the steaks are there. Got the nice sear going on. I'm going to now turn this off, and I believe the instructions are going to be, and if not, I'm going to add them. We're going to drain the oil out of the pan, and then we're going to add the butter. By the way, this is no ordinary strip loin that you're getting in the supermarket. This is local Beverly Creek Farms strip loin, and it looks magnificent. It might look a little small when you're first seeing it. It's because we've already cooked it to rare, so it's already shrunk. It's not going to shrink anymore. Okay, so we've got the butter melting. Get a nice tablespoon, and this is a secret trick that you can use for all of your steak cooking at home, and it doesn't have to be curated stuff. Once the butter is melted, that's when you do the butter basting. So you just tilt the pan, and 30 seconds per side, give it all that love. And that is what's going to give it the unctuousness that steak can have when it's cooked properly. The wine paired up with this, I just love this wine so much. It's a Bologia from Spain. It's 100% Mourvedre, or Mataro as they call it in Spain. And God, I don't know. There's something about this wine that just sets me off. I love it. Okay, so we did 30 seconds on that side. Now this side gets 30 seconds. And the other super big hack for steaks is that you really want to let it rest. By letting a steak, or any meat for that matter, rest, then all the juices go to the center and it becomes so much more tender and flavorful. And I'm going to keep the butter pan around just to warm up the steak a little bit. It's not going to be in your instructions. I get to turn the hood fan off now. So I'm just going to be able to warm this up before we slice it. But now we're going to put it on a resting rack. I do a little cookie sheet so that the air can flow underneath it. All right. Next up, what are we looking at? Okay, we're 1 more minute for the last basting. That's going over there. That's going over there. We're in like amazing shape. This is a no-brainer meal. Okay, let me do the basting. Get that out of the way for the Hasselbacks, and then we will look to plate up the rest of our stuff. God, it smells great. Okay, so another 1/3. Try to get it so it goes inside all the little crevices. It's kind of like painting, really. That big crevice already has enough in there, so it doesn't need it. back of a spoon should do you nicely, and it will melt in there in the oven. Broccoli is going to get a nice little brown going on. This is good looking stuff. Okay, back in. And for those of you who order from us on a regular basis, we're doing the first thing ever. We're going to recycle a menu from last year that we just love, and the wines are still available, and the food is still available, and it's great because I'm going on vacation next week. So for those of you who order, you're going to miss the little intro, which I cut off today on YouTube, just to be fully transparent. So it's meal kit number 90 is also meal kit number 132. We're going to see how that rolls, but it's going to be great. The team is going to do a wonderful job. Okay, so next up, hey Google, off. Hey Google, how much time's left on the timer?
There's 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining.
Okay, so obviously that is for the potatoes. So the Arctic char is good to go. It looks beautiful. There's a little bit of white coming out of it, so we can plate this up. Gribiche in the center of the plate. Plate the char in the middle of the plate. Your green beans and radicchio around the char. I'm gonna do it a little bit like this, so the char will be sitting on both. I think that's what the chef wanted. That's usually what he wants. He wants the protein to be front and center. They sent me a little bit too much radicchio and green beans. This is an appetizer after all. Now what I'm really hoping is that you've got a spatula that can get in there nicely. Lovely. Yeah, that's a big salad for an appetizer. We're going to cut that back a little bit. Nobody needs that much food. And next, we have garnished with almonds and drizzled tapenade around the plate. So with the almonds, there you go. You can do some on the gribiche, you can do some on the salad, and you can do some on the char. We've already seasoned the char. It might need a little bit more. Do it to taste. And another spoon for our black olive tapenade. I'm going to do a little cannella on top. I'm going to do some on the side for dipping. Aha. Of course, we have 2 char, not 1. So the side is actually more secondary. You like how I'm making up my instructions as we go? That was a good looking dish. There's our cold smoke Arctic char with the gribiche, toasted almonds, black olive tapenade, radicchio, and green bean salad. Let's get ready for our main course. It's going to come out of the oven in just a second, but first thing first, we've got our tres leches cake. You want to bring this, hey Google, off. You want to bring this to room temperature. Got our macerated berries, and we've got our whipped cream. Turn the oven off. We're going to leave it in there for a second while we finish plating dessert. The thing we are going through most of tonight is our spoons. Lots of spoons. So whipped cream, I'm only doing one. We only do one dessert because we got a couple of these a week sometimes, especially when we're doing big night in. And the macerated berries on top and around. Make sure you get some of that ooey gooey deliciousness in there. Lovely. How do you like the tres leches cake? Macerated berries and the whipped cream. Looking good. All right, main course. Let's go. Okay. So the last of our salsa verde butter is going to go on there. That's going to be fun. And you can hit it with a little more salt and pepper. Got some tongs right here. Oh, this one kind of broke apart. That's okay. It's going to look amazing. So I'm plating up the steak last so I can do the quick butter bathing. But yet there's another component to our dish. There's a lot of broccoli. We're going to cut back the broccoli a little bit. It's a lot of food. Chefs are always abundant when it comes to me. All right. So garnish your potatoes with scallion and bacon. And then dollop the tarragon and caper mayo on the side for dipping. It's very nice. This is like old school steakhouse meets modern local seasonal cuisine. Who wouldn't want a bunch of bacon just sort of drizzled on your plate? Yeah. Okay, steak is next. We're going to do that last. So, like I said, this pan's not hot. We're going to quickly run it through the butter again, and that allows it to warm it up and get a little bit more joyous and luxurious. Now you want to cut the steak against the grain. So like this, slice it sideways. You're going to do about 5 pieces. I totally screwed that up. I did 6 pieces. Chefs always like, gotta have odd numbers. So I'm going to slice this one in 5. This is going to be my Instagram shot. That's an amazing looking steak. Okay. Now fan it out a little bit. And actually, I usually eat one and my wife and son eat the other. So cutting it 6, it actually works out well for them because they can divide it up. Very important. Season again. Salt and pepper. Going down. And the last spoon, the thing that we use the most of tonight. Gonna make a little room for this. The tarragon and caper mayo. It's looking good. This one didn't. Got a little cheated out. It's a good looking dish. There we are. Beverly Creek strip loin done sous vide, done with the caper mayo and the roasted broccoli, our Hasselback potato with scallion and salsa verde butter and bacon. This is looking good. I hope you love it. Thanks for ordering. Thanks for being part of this. I hope you have a great week. Enjoy your meal. And I really hope we get to cook and curate for you again very soon.